The internet thought Lil Tay's sudden return was wild enough, until she dropped an OnlyFans link at exactly 12:01 a.m. on her 18th birthday. But here's the thing. What if some of that content wasn't filmed after she turned 18? This isn't just influencer drama. This might be one of the most disturbing stories in internet history. The buildup to chaos. Lil Tay has never been a stranger to controversy. Years before this OnlyFans scandal, she was already a viral name, calling herself the youngest flexer of the century, flashing stacks of cash, standing in front of luxury cars, and talking like a rapper twice her age. Back in 2018, she was telling the internet she was 9, when in reality she was closer to 10. Her videos went viral because of her bold, brash attitude, not because of anything adult-themed. She wore designer clothes, bragged about money, and filmed inside luxury homes her family didn't actually own. It later came out that her brother Jason was coaching her lines, even telling her to be more ignorant for views. Everything was staged. The cars, the houses, the persona, all carefully crafted to make people watch. But here's the key difference. Back then, it wasn't sexualized content. It was about shock value through words and attitude. Unfortunately, even during that era, strangers online began making inappropriate comments about her, proving that some people were already looking at her through a disturbing lens. The fake death drama. Fast forward to August 2023, and things took a bizarre turn. Lil Tay's Instagram suddenly posted that she and her brother Jason had died. The internet went into shock. Fans were posting tributes, influencers were sharing condolences, and some people even donated to supposed memorial funds. But within 24 hours, Lil Tay was back online, claiming her account had been hacked. There was no proof of a hack, no police reports, no official statements from family. Many began to suspect it was just another publicity stunt. Whether real or not, it got her trending again. And that's when she started planting the seeds for a comeback. A shift toward a more adult image. Just weeks later, Lil Tay released her new single Sucker for Green. The style was noticeably different from her earlier kid flexer days. She looked more mature, her outfits were bolder, and her poses more suggestive, though nothing crossed into explicit territory. Still, the tone had changed. And even though she was still under 18 at that time, her comment sections were filled with inappropriate remarks from strangers. It was disgusting, and it should have been a wake-up call. Instead, it almost felt like it became part of the strategy. The countdown to her 18th birthday. In the days leading up to her 18th birthday, Lil Tay began teasing a big announcement. She never said the words OnlyFans, but everyone could connect the dots. She name-dropped other influencers like Alabama Barker, Piper Raquel, and Sophie Rain, telling them they had 24 hours to respond to whether she should drop the link. She hyped it like it was a major album release. And then, at exactly 12:01 a.m., 1 minute after she legally became an adult, the OnlyFans link went live. The $1 million claim. Lil Tay immediately began bragging about the launch, claiming she made over $1 million in the first hours, half from subscriptions, half from private messages. Whether or not that number is real doesn't even matter, because the real story is far more disturbing. If the content was ready to go at 12:01 a.m., it means it had to be filmed and uploaded before her birthday. And if that's true, then some of it might have been created while she was still 17, which could mean serious legal trouble for everyone involved. The dark theories. The internet was quick to point out the problem. Theory 1. If the content was filmed before she turned 18, that could make it illegal in many countries. Theory 2. Some subscribers may have been waiting for years for her to turn 18, which is deeply unsettling. Theory 3. This entire rollout might have been planned long before her birthday, meaning multiple people likely knew exactly what they were doing. One comment summed it up perfectly. If she launched at 12:01, The material had to be filmed before she was 18. That's not just creepy, that's potentially criminal. The audience problem. While a lot of the outrage is directed at Lil Tay, many people believe the bigger issue is the audience. There are comments from people openly admitting they'd been waiting for her to turn 18. Some claimed they'd been following her since she was a child, counting down to the day they could legally view her content. That isn't just wrong, it's terrifying. One person even wrote, "Every single person who subscribed needs to be investigated, especially the ones who said they've been waiting since 2016. The family drama. Shortly after the launch, a TikTok went viral showing her brother Jason confronting her. He told her, "Look what you have become." It was a striking moment, considering Jason was the one who originally helped create her online persona. But instead of taking the criticism seriously, Lil Tay responded by pouring water on him, calling him broke and bragging about buying multiple mansions. She framed his concern as jealousy, completely ignoring the possibility that he might actually be worried about her future. A bigger pattern. If you zoom out, Lil Tay's OnlyFans launch is just the latest in a series of calculated stunts designed to generate attention. From her childhood flexing videos to the fake death post to this OV release, there's always been an element of planning. The big question is, who's planning it? Is Lil Tay truly in control? Or is she still being guided by adults who see her as a money-making brand? Because if there are people behind the scenes encouraging her to make this type of content, especially before she was 18, that's a much bigger and darker story. The legal gray zone. If it turns out any of the content was filmed while she was underage, it could spark serious investigations. Platforms could be forced to take it down, subscribers could face charges, and anyone involved in producing it could be held accountable. Even without explicit proof, the suspicion alone has already fueled massive online debates about internet safety, exploitation, and how influencer culture blurs the line between personal choice and manipulation. Why this story matters. Some people will dismiss this as just another influencer scandal, but it's much more than that. It's a warning about how online fame can warp boundaries, and how some audiences actively encourage harmful behavior. The disturbing part isn't just that Lil Tay made an OnlyFans, it's that there was a market for it before she was even old enough to legally be there. The silence of big media. Surprisingly, major news outlets have mostly stayed quiet on the topic. There are no hard-hitting interviews, no deep investigations, and no one pressing her team for answers about when the content was filmed. It's as if everyone's avoiding the story, even though it's dominating online conversation. Maybe it's because the answers could lead to uncomfortable truths, ones that might expose more people than just Lil Tay. Where this could go. If the rumors are true, we could be looking at one of the biggest internet scandals in years. And the fallout wouldn't just land on Lil Tay, it could affect managers, family members, and even subscribers. The real question now isn't, what will she post next? But, how long can this continue before someone steps in? If you found this breakdown eye-opening, remember, the internet can glamorize anything, even situations that are deeply troubling. Always think critically about the content you consume and the people you support. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another deep dive like this. Stay safe out there.